Yeah, g'day folks, you're back again with the big fella. It's actually kind of late in summer of 23-24 here in Australia. So we've got a bit of a downturn in the frog population that's outside. We found a few different species this year. Most of them, as you know, are green tree frogs. We've actually found dainty or graceful tree frogs. They're only about 4 or 5 centimeters long at best, and when they're all tucked up, they look like a leaf. So it's kind of easy to discard them as being something else. So like I said, it is fairly late in this summer season, so we're coming towards the end of February right now. The frogs were most numerous probably the beginning of December, so beginning of summer. There was heaps of them. There was quite a lot of green tree frogs, both old and new, and I think at one stage we had about 25 sitting inside the hotels. So this was kind of back before I made the bin hotel, or Grouch's Grotto as I call it. So the numbers are kind of dwindling right now because it's late in the season and the weather hasn't really cooled down all that much, but it definitely has changed. So what I've found is the weather that usually brings out these frogs is the dry type of weather. Now, not to mistake that with the start of rain, because when it does actually start to rain, they come into full voice very quickly. I'm not sure if their population is affected by it, but it seems to be that the dry weather will bring out more of them, but the wet weather, I don't know, it kind of makes them go a little bit scarce, and they look for other places to hide. It's like they don't fully trust the environment inside the hotel. I'm not sure what it is. I wish I could kind of put my finger on what the factors are behind that, but that's kind of what happens. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go outside and see what we can actually get a hold of while they're making their way over to the hotels. Because right now they're kind of sitting outside waiting to make the move over, because I've come to realise that when the air is dead still outside, there's no signs of birds or no other sounds around at all, that's when they come out, because that's when they feel safer. They're less at risk of becoming prey when it comes like dusk or nightfall or whatever. So they emerge from their little hidey holes, whether it be the hotels, from the downpipes, from air conditioning, wherever it is that they hide, and yeah, they will kind of make their way over. So I promised you some cute frogs, so that's exactly what we're going to go out and try to get a hold of anyway. So let's go and have a look and see what's out there. And here's our first one, drain frog. He's come straight out of there. It's still fairly, I don't know, it's dusk. It's not quite dark yet, but come on, mate. Come on, pick up. There you go. He'll just sit there quite happily, and I don't know, he just kind of relaxes there. So I'll take him over to the hotel. He would have gone over there by himself in about an hour or two, but I don't want him making too much noise. So we'll take him over there now. There we go. I've already got some tenants in there. There's one. There's some others already hiding inside the pipe, so I haven't got the light on right now, but that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to grab the light because it's starting to get a little bit more dark out here. Now there's one of the tenants that's just come out now. There's the big hotel, and there's another one just in there. How you going, Chopper? Come on, mate. Up you come. Oh. Maybe a couple of years old. Now we've got one coming out of the air conditioner here. I've never really seen where exactly they hide. Actually, there's two of them. I can see a second one down there. We tried to tape up the area to try and stop them from going back in there, but I think they found a way around that. regardless. Come on, mate. Yeah. The funny thing is they don't want to move when they sit there, so I don't want to hold on to them though. This one's a little bit jumpy, it's still a juvenile, but yeah. He kind of gets into the places the other frogs can't. He's a chubby little fella. He's about, I'm going to say maybe 5-6 years old, and he's the loud croaker. He's got the really baggy throat. So come here, mate. Come on, up you come. Yeah. The size of him, he's actually fairly big for a green tree frog. Mature age. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure he would have made his way over here eventually, but I just gave him a helping hand. It seems we have another one out here just outside the shed. He's about, probably about the same age, maybe 5-6 years old. You can tell by the size of him. That's a fairly big frog. Come here, mate. Yeah. They're good size. Like all tree frogs, they've got suckers on their fingers, so they can cling to just about anything. So these pipes are actually a boon to them, because they can kind of walk up and down, in and out, whatever. And having something smooth up against the back of it, and in the light here, they can actually get up and get the insects that the lights attract. So not a huge amount of insects tonight, because the light hasn't been on for very long, and it's actually quite windy out here now. Not very common, but does happen. So this guy will probably sit here for a little while waiting for some bugs to come by, because he knows the light's there. And there's another one just out of reach. He's just up there on top of the eave. Can't get him. He's just about 2 meters out of reach. Now down here. Okay. That was a very big jump. Where have you gone? I see you. Wow. There's a big jump, mate. Alright, let's see who else is out here. I've made the light a little bit brighter. It was only about 20% before, now it's about 70%, so we should be able to see what we're doing a bit more. Oh, hello. Another big one. Wow. Look at you. Big fatty. I don't know how old this one is, but I think he's a little older than most. And one of the big tubes for you, my friend. There you go. Got a feather. Drags himself slowly inside. Oh, look what we got here. I'm not even sure what the hell this frog is. It's, I think it's a bleating tree frog, but I'm not sure sure. I'm going to leave him there. I'm not even sure if he'll get on with the other frogs. Some of the big ones might think he's food. So we'll see who else is out here. And we've got another one. Hello. There we go. Don't know why, but they like hanging out on that pipe, don't you? He doesn't want to go. Come on, mate. Stay up there. There you go. Now, if people are wondering why I'm moving them over to the hotels, it's because a couple of reasons. One, they'd come over here by themselves voluntarily anyway. I'm just kind of helping the process. But two, they get extremely loud about this time of the year, especially when it starts to rain. And it's fairly muggy out here right now. But we're getting a lot of frogs, a lot of males around here in particular. The males are the only one that croak, and it's just a constant relay of all the way along, be on the roof, inside the guttering, inside the ducting for the air conditioner, on top of these roofs, you know, on the walls. It doesn't really matter, because once they start off, there's not really much stopping them. And yeah, we're trying to kind of keep them localized, and you might argue that the pipes kind of echo the calls, but I'm trying to keep them all localized and keep them kind of away from the house. So it kind of works. I mean, I'm trying to do my due diligence for the frogs and for everyone involved. And it seems we have one more down here. No? Okay. Okay. It's funny how you catch them and they just don't want to move. It's really weird. There you go. Fairly used to the pipes by now, as you can see with them just crawling inside there. It doesn't matter who goes in where and at what time, they're all used to going in there. So pipes are pipes, so it doesn't matter if there's a downpipe, if there's these pipes here in the hotel. It's all well and good because it's somewhere they feel safe and comfortable with, and yeah, they're happy there. And it seems we can't really get by one night without having some sort of cane toad here. A big one, a small one, doesn't really matter. This guy's far enough away from the hotels not to make a difference, but the hotels are up fairly high, so he's not going to jump there. This one's called a Rhinella marina or something. I can't remember the Latin for it, but in Australian they're called a pain in the ass. They were introduced to combat the cane beetle a long time ago. Now they've become a pest of their own. So yeah, we're trying to get rid of them. This is the high time of the year for them. Oh, there's that one at the back. Always wants to keep burrowing into the rocks in the water. Yeah. See how it flattens itself out down there? Just at the back. Here's a fat little one sitting on the edge of the gutter. Let's see if I can get him. Oh, up you come. And some don't want to go in the pipes. They just hang onto the grass instead. You can let go now. There you go. And he's in the pool. So as you can see in here, I've got mostly male green tree frogs sitting out there and not very many females. All the effort that I've gone to make a kind of a spawning pool for them in the Grouch's Grotto, the bin hotel, I'm not sure if it's come to nothing, but it's not really being used. So there's no eggs, there's no spawn, there's no offspring. Now cane toads are a problem in their own right, because with cane toads they have a what's called a parotoid gland on each shoulder. So it's like an external poison gland. So anything that tries to eat it, like carrion, like crows or magpies, they'll very likely die from it as well. And so while we've had a downturn in numbers in the green tree frogs that we usually get, they are still out there, except we just see different ones on different days, and they come by whenever they want to. So sometimes you'll see frogs kind of come out of the downpipes and the drains. Other times you'll see them come out from around the front, around the back of the yard. Doesn't really matter, they all have their own preferred areas that they want to come out of, and some of the drains are underground. They'll even crawl out from under the ground that way. Now as far as frog species go, we've actually encountered, I think it's 4. I've seen the green tree frog, obviously. We've had the dainty or graceful tree frog. It's only a small one, but it's a very pretty frog. We've also seen the robust bleating tree frog, which is only very tiny. It's no more than about maybe 15-20 millimeters across. So while the one I found was tiny, they apparently grow up to about the same size as the dainty tree frog, so about 4 or 5 centimeters. And I've also found a spotted marsh frog, which I almost mistook for a cane toad, because they've got kind of similar bodies, not really similar markings, but they're still brown and they're still mottled in colour. I didn't want to go and touch them because I'd never seen the frog before and I thought it was a toad. It's one of those things you can easily mistake if you're not really familiar with them. So being based on the northern rivers of New South Wales, apparently we've got a fairly healthy natural ecosystem for frogs to live and breed in. So yeah, many as we have, I think I've done my level best to try and accommodate them as much as I can with the hotels that we have, and also not to try and impact their way of life. See, most of those frogs prefer to live in downpipes and anywhere else that they can hide and kind of feel safe, but they'll always come over to the hotels. I'm just kind of glad that I'm lucky enough to actually have frogs that want to come over there and be there on a nightly basis. So they've got plenty of food, they've got plenty of light and plenty of water, and they'll go for any of those when they see that they are available. And there's some right now. So guys, now it's your turn. Give me a comment. What's your favourite frog and why? And do you have a frog hotel as well? If you do have one, how are the frogs doing and which kind of frogs do you have? I'd be interested to hear what you've got, so drop a comment down below and yeah, I'll get back to you. But that's about it for now, guys. Like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to keep those notifications on so you won't miss a video next time it's uploaded. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. This has been the Big Fella. Have a good one, guys.